What do I need from you? And what do I hope to have accomplished? The Vermont legislature recently acted within the last month to start legislation to call their National Guard home. The mission no longer exists. I will immediately join that movement as an elected senator in the Ohio Senate to start that movement to call the Ohio National Guard home. For 10 years, the Ohio legislature, the Ohio Senate, has sat on an unconstitutional system of funding education. There's an educational amendment being circulated. I don't think we need an amendment. We already know it's unconstitutional. We don't need to change the Constitution. We need legislators who have a little bit of backbone to stand up and say, education is a priority in this state. The Ohio Educational Amendment defines what the cost of a quality education is in Ohio. It provides a base continuing funding levy for local districts and guarantees that the state will fill any gap in education so that every student has an opportunity under the Ohio Constitution to an equal and full education. I will join that movement. The Ohio Medical Marijuana Act has been in and out of the legislature. It's still waiting to be reintroduced, and we're already through almost this entire section of the legislature. Medical marijuana is a social justice issue that obviously we can all support. Withholding medicine is unconscionable. There's a civil rights issue involved. I absolutely abhor the degradation of civil rights that have occurred over the drug war. And I will stand up and say what a person does in the privacy of their own home is their own business. And industrial hemp. I live in a county that consistently ranks in the top 5 to 10 every year for total particulate emissions. In 2004, it was the 227th dirtiest county in the entire country. There's a pulp mill there. A pulp mill that grinds up trees to make cardboard. Industrial hemp. We build an ethanol plant. Ethanol runs off corn, has driven up the cost of animal feed, creates huge, or consumes huge amounts of fuel to raise. Yet right across the county line is cheese factories. Cheese factories that generate waste that are very hard to treat as a wastewater problem, yet is the most efficient raw material for butanol. There are, as we go forward, and this comes out of who we are as everyday people, that we find sustainable solutions. That we absolutely have to find ways to regenerate the economy in southeast Ohio, in the Rust Belt along the lakes. This has to come from green technology. The cost of transportation, and you all know this because you fuel your tanks, a big part of my business is transportation. I run heavy trucks. The cost of transportation might be an obstacle. But we'd make a mistake if we overlook this opportunity, because now it's going to be the single greatest motivation to establish local economies. You can reshingle your house with solar cells in the shingles. There's several shingle making, Johns Manville and Northern Cornings have several shingle mills in central and in northeastern Ohio producing shingles. Why can't they have solar cells in it? Why can't we create markets that require that we create localized manufacturing to solve those markets? We can create those markets through energy tax credits. We don't have any problem creating tax credits for the coal industry. Now that's a scary subject to bring up in this part of the country. But let's face it, our challenge is to let workers understand that we're not the enemy. That the coal companies have not divested, have not diversified, rather, have not looked to the future, and frankly don't give a damn about their job. They're expendable. And if we can figure out how to eliminate 40 more jobs, coal companies will do it. It's all about the bottom line. It's American to create competition. It's capitalistic to create competition. So let's create some competition.